Alrighty, we should be live. Today is about loot, I think, and hopefully we'll get that notification to make sure that, this thing is actually going, but I think we're okay.
I'm just waiting for it. I
Yeah,
don't like talking until, oh, there I
I
go.
see
I
it,
got the
so
notification. Yeah, we're live. So awesome.
that's how you know
So
I'm a good
welcome, welcome.
programmer. Yeah, ninth
Yeah,
time I'll figure it
exactly.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only what, our 13th episode?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Finally figured it out. We're good.
Yeah,
Typical developers. Takes 13th time's the charm.
exactly.
So, hey, I will say that on the technical side, we've been pretty flawless the last, 4 or 5 episodes.
I wish you didn't
So,
say that out loud, but yeah.
oh shit. I didn't really say that. We can edit that out later, right?
But we've been doing good, and there's always room for improvement. That's the
There
energy
you
I'm gonna
go.
put out there.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. So do you want to talk about anything before we dive in, or do you
Yeah,
want
yeah, yeah. I mean,
to? Okay,
just before we dive in, I just wanted to send you a couple links. I've been actually trying to level up a little bit on how I interact with AI. Like, there's now those cursor markdown files and little checks and balances that we're like telling the service to basically do ahead of time and before it runs off on its own. Because I've been noticing other people are seeing this too. Do you remember that other day when we were going through our
yep,
service and it felt like there were like excessive routes or like hallucinated routes or methods and what have you? Um, this is pretty commonly well known now, and we don't have to go too in depth. But there was one article in the Ideas and Musings that I threw to you. It's the one where this guy made an AI, and it looks like it's a girlfriend game. It's I made a game with AI and it hit 100,000 downloads. That one
okay,
under yeah. So that one we don't have to do anything about it today, but they go into great detail over the files that they created for Claude, and a lot of
okay,
them were really cool. Like, hey, whenever you're creating a new service, make sure you do it this way. Make sure you go look for different files and whatnot. So again, we don't have to get into this today, but
sure.
they have their Claude file, and there's things that I think we should emulate so that Cursor isn't hallucinating things out of nothing, basically.
No, I agree with you. So, like these MDCs that you created are great. I love those, and so highly recommend anyone who's using Claude or any IDE like this to make MDCs so that you have that, so Claude does not go off the rails. Makes a ton of sense. So, yeah, anything we can do to make it not be so dumb or not. How about this? Not to be so creative. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And I have nothing to really add. I can even take this on as a linear task right after, but I think a really strict MD file for the servers would be huge. And maybe I can take a first stab at it, and then you go and tell me some extra stuff like, oh, it should also include this and this and this, because I just don't want it hallucinating new routes for out of thin air again and create new methods
Agree.
that don't make any sense. So I just
No,
thought
100%
I
agree.
was just like very surprised. People are getting better and better at figuring out how to talk to the prompts. Like, I thought I was doing pretty well, and then I'm like, oh shit, there's levels to this. People are getting even better. So just
Yeah,
wanted to note that beforehand.
excellent. Yep. So, have you played this game?
I have not. I'm very
Okay,
impressed. No, no. The game is irrelevant to the process. How about
sure, sure. I was
that?
just wondering if you actually took the plunge and went in and played it.
Yeah, no, not yet. But do you know what
Okay.
I do on that same thread that I was posting because it was late at night and I was just like grinding. There's now this MMO, not AI based or anything, called Project Gorgon. I don't know if you've ever heard
Yeah,
of it, but it's like one of
I'm
the
not.
developers of EverQuest 2. She and her husband worked on this. She's passed now, but her and her husband built this basically, and now it's like this old school MMO that is like blowing up. I think they just hit this the other day, and every weekend they have more and more people. So I just thought like, oh wow, this is really cool. I already love their chat. I was like, we got to do our chat like that now, probably with
Like this over
transparency.
here?
Yeah, like transparent and stuff, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
With the different tabs, like chat nearby. Nearby is like tell and global and so forth.
that
So,
was
yeah.
always that was always gonna have to be there, like I totally
Yep.
followed, but I never really got like, oh, chat should be transparent. I never
Yeah.
really thought about that at all.
Yep.
So maybe there's like a cool Apple liquid glass kind of effect that we can do on ours instead or something.
100%.
Hmm.
Yeah, both of those windows that we have, the combat log, the chat log,
Hmm.
all of those should be transparent
Yeah.
if possible.
But yeah, this has been getting so much fanfare that we can jump right into the actual work. But I just wanted to note that I think I'm gonna buy this game and try it out. They're not doing a SaaS model. They're just doing like you pay once and you play forever, which is like my kind of MMO style. So
Yeah.
but I was just like, it's so exciting that MMOs are blowing up a little bit right now. It's really cool.
I know it's exciting time for us as well.
Yeah.
So I guess that goes back to what we wanted to talk about today, which is fat loots, because that's why people play MMOs, for the fat loot. So I think last time we got it to the point where we could walk around, do combat, do our skills, and then kill the mob, and then do the spawning. We didn't get the spawn working, and we ended up last time where we couldn't get the stupid flag to turn to false when something died. So offline, I figured out the bug and figured that all out. And so now when you kill the spider, it does actually show up as false, which is a good thing.
Very cool.
What?
Did something pop off?
Oh, interesting.
What did you just catch? I didn't catch it.
Okay, then. I may be incorrect about the spawner. So maybe the spawn service is working. All right, so what's happening is, if you notice this record right here, this was the one we've been working with, the one that gets set to false. We couldn't get it set to false. However, look at that record there.
Which record? I'm sorry. Okay, this one. True.
So this, when I logged in today, it basically checked to see if the spider at 53 was spawned or not. And so it created it because it couldn't find any spawn record in the database for it.
Oh, that's problematic though, isn't it? Yeah. We don't want it to generate new database entries.
Don't we?
Don't we want it to keep using the same one and toggling it on and off? For dead and alive?
Maybe. It's a good point.
But maybe I'm not thinking about... I think I'm a little bit too removed to pick up what you're putting down on what we just ran into.
No, you got it. You nailed it. You're right. That's the question. Should there just be one spawn record per, basically per spawn? Should there just be one spawn record and you're just toggling it to true to false and changing the date times as appropriate? Or, and this is what it thought, okay, since this one has died, you have a record that it died at this time. This is a brand new record, and here's where it spawned. And so now when you kill it, etc., you'll have a log of all the times that the spawn was defeated, that the spawn went in and out. Otherwise, you're going to have an audit log.
But isn't there like an exponential growth issue here where the more players there are, the more an obscene amount of... Actually, no, it wouldn't be it'd be based on deaths of the spider. So, but you could, in theory, just have like, I don't know, let's just make up a number, 1,000 instances of spider entries being pushed into your database, just all with different like born and death dates, right?
That's correct.
Is that... How would MMOs usually handle that? Would they usually toggle one instance, or would they keep making infinite entries?
Who knows? Right. When I played the games, they didn't give me the keys to the kingdom to look at their database.
Right,
so
right.
Yeah,
that's so rude of them, but I hear you. Okay. I would think off the top of my head, do we want infinite entries of logging each one? I feel like that's too crazy.
Nah. We just want one, basically. So we have to tell the server at some point here. It doesn't have to be tonight, but I'll write it down.
What the hell? Were you giving me an interview question just now? I couldn't tell the way that you were quizzing me.
No, not at all. Let me write this down, though, as a bug. That
you want me to linear it?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
I'll go bug spider, or let's just say NPC death creates new database entry for new NPC. Does that feel clear or not clear?
Whenever, so how I'd phrase it is, if a spawn is alive false, don't create a new record in the database. Instead, that is alive to true and set the spawn at to whatever time it's supposed to spawn at.
Got it. Alrighty.
But it's funny that it actually did the spawning, even though it did it incorrectly. At least it created it because it knew that that spider was dead. And so when I logged in, it checked for that. So.
Right. No, and I wonder if there's ever an audit time that someone would be like, nah, dude, trust me, I killed that spider at noon. And we'd be like, we have no proof or evidence. But when would
That's why we need an audit log.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. So that's where on death, we're going to have to write to a TBL audit log. This is another linear task to do. As a matter of fact, all of combat should be logged. We should have audit logs for combat and when it dies and so forth. So that, to your point, there will be people that say that they did something and we have no proof of it. So we want to have proof.
Got it. We need to audit. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. And I wonder if that can just be at the user level. I'm just trying to think. Maybe if it's at the user level of an audit, then it might be easier to track, but I don't know.
I was just thinking more of a table audit of combat in general. Like we have a combat audit log and then we can search it somehow.
Okay.
Not specific to a user per se, but like all of the combat log information that's on the server right now, and like when something died, all of that could be tracked in an audit log.
Okay. AWS, if you're listening, we could use some CloudWatch credits. Please hook us up. Fair enough.
So,
okay.
I guess ultimately, let's go look and see if it's there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing is it shows it in the database, but is it actually showing up on screen is the question.
Especially since last time we did have a little bit of a disconnect there, so with the caching and whatnot. So hopefully it's playing nice.
So what I noticed last time, as a matter of fact, let me do this. Oh, by the way, I found this. I think I don't know if I told you this last time, but if you exit the game, this is actually what's causing the location mismanage or the location sync problem.
Oh, okay.
So don't exit the game if you don't want to get boned by coordinates.
So I will document this as a bug. This is when you exit the game, it messes up location, and we don't know why, right?
I'm pretty sure I know why. I just haven't gone to fix it yet.
What's your conjecture? And I'm just noting it.
Yeah. So basically what's happening is there's two different coordinate systems. There's the world coordinate system, which is twice as big as the local coordinate system. Which, by the way, I want to change that as well. That's really dumb. That was from the beginning days when I was just messing around with this. And when you're exiting a game, it's using the world coordinate system, not the local coordinate system. So it's doubling the XY coordinates.
No, I hear you. We actually have this bug documented in the past because this was happening, I guess, I don't even know how, but it sounds like we were able to trigger it through the exit game. So now there's like a big thing, if you will. So, okay.
It was happening every time you refresh the browser, and I fixed that one.
Okay. I'm wondering if this is tied to auth at all, and I don't necessarily think it is. Auth has been sort of a pain point because of the way that the game was set up. So, especially once I added routes, I don't know if you noticed, like, there's /characters, /game, /login.
Yep.
Before, it was all under just one big window. That's usually better for performance, but now that makes auth kind of muddier. So I'm trying to figure out if I can make that disconnect kind of like better. But if you think the user location bug is pretty clear, maybe that's just something we run through Cursor and have it just explore why it's having an exit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an easy Cursor one-liner. It's going to figure it out.
Perfect. Thanks for talking that out. I got it. Cool.
So I guess the only other thing here is let's see if we can kill this. And for what it's worth, when the spider was dead, I couldn't hover over the creature and basically try to identify it.
Love it. That implies that it was removed in theory. Yep.
That's right. So let me consider this. Can't even read that, but it says in blue, looks quite formidable, even though it's not. So, all right. Oh. I don't know why it didn't automatically aggro there.
Yeah, aggro's been a little touch and go on your side, I've noticed. And I don't know if it's always working for me either.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Get
So
him.
combat ended. Hitting the head. So big. No whammies here. No whammies. Oh, ho, 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 ho. So this was the record. It did set it to false.
And we're conjecturing that in, like, let's say 1 or 3 minutes, a new entry will go into the database for the respawn.
It will not, only because that respawn service that I was talking about, that on the actual server is not currently doing its thing where it's checking every 30 seconds.
Okay, okay.
However, if we wait 5 minutes or whatever our respawn time is, what is our respawn time here? If we wait 3 minutes and log back into the game, it'll respawn.
Okay. And there could be bugs here now where if I joined in at the same time, we could be getting multiple entries of spiders in theory, right? Getting pushed in.
I don't know. Try it. We'll see how, because in theory, the server is agnostic as far as who's logged in. It doesn't care.
Right.
It should go to the database and see, has it been 3 minutes?
No, you're right. You're right. I don't have my login set up right now, but I think you're right. It would be one singular point. It won't care by the character. You're right. You're right. Okay, which is a good thing.
But I can go on another browser here.
No, I think you're right. There's no reason that it wouldn't care about 2 instances of a user, since it's on one track anyway.
As long as the server understands that it should be grabbing it from the database, we should be golden.
Yeah, I agree.
You might lose me because I'm running 2 instances of the game. Oh,
this is a bomb.
You can't hear that, can you?
I can hear it. Some slaps. I actually dig it.
Sorry, let me. Sorry, didn't realize I had music turned on. But yes, I've now entered with Clerk. No, I was able to hover over it, and I'm in combat again. So the server did not grab it from the database, what the status was here. Interesting.
So the server did not, let's see, the server did not, or is it the front end didn't go fetch from the server? No, the server is responsible of getting that back pushed up. I'm trying to think of the process here.
So basically what happened is, you can see this record on my screen.
Yeah.
This one just happened.
Okay. The new spider, right?
It's a new spider, exactly right.
Okay.
And so basically what happened is, I logged in, the server didn't go out to the database to fetch the spawns properly to see if it needed to respawn based off of the respawn timer.
Right. Okay. So server needs to basically go out to the database at some maybe fixed interval to go reach out and update. Probably via a socket. To just update the game.
That's what the respawn service should be doing right now. Every 30 seconds, it's supposed to be doing that.
Okay.
So honestly, there probably could be a minute, because the smallest delta is 1 minute in our respawn timer. So once per minute, it should go out and check to see if things need to respawn.
Okay. I think
and then if it does need to respawn, it should push that via socket to the front end, and then that character, that NPC or whatever, should appear on screen as needed.
Right. Okay. No, that makes sense.
But that's not what happened. But we can come back to that.
Okay.
I thought that maybe we could do loot instead.
Maybe once you kill a spooter, at least get the loot table up. Yeah.
That's right.
Cool.
So let's do that. Sorry, Clerk. I'm just going to log in really quickly here. Refresh. Do a hard refresh. Yeah, and so it's there. Oh, look at that. My monster lore skill has increased to level 5.
Ooh,
Woo!
from all the considering, is that what it is?
That's exactly right.
Cool.
So, by By the way, yeah, that's just the hovering. That's just identifying it. The consider is just to see if it's an even fight or
I
not.
see. That's cool. Hey, leveling up has been not an issue so far.
No, leveling up works,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing. So where do we want to start with this then?
I guess
So
if for me, off the top of my head, we would go into cursor into plan mode and say like, hey, when you defeat an NPC in combat, we want to present some modal that you can then drag into. Maybe not drag. Oh gosh, you would want a modal that you could drag items into your inventory or character screen, huh? Trying to
yeah,
think.
give me 1 second. Let's make sure our main is synced. Yeah. So ultimately, that's kind of the question, and this is going to be a foundational element of our UI and our behavior. Where okay, when I kill something or when I open a chest or anything like that, there's going to have to be some sort of an interactive element. Normally, that's a loot window, but that pops up, and then you can choose to like take
Take all.
all or drag individually from the loot window into your
Right.
inventory or maybe onto your paper doll directly.
Right.
Or some games just auto loot everything. They don't even show a loot window. So it's really more of a question of how we want this to behave. I don't know if you have thoughts on what you want the user experience to be.
I think getting the window of loot and you have the options of dragging things individually or taking all, because I can see instances where you don't want to take all, or you're already in the zone and you just want to take all and move on. I think where it gets dicey is that I want to do the take all but where it gets dicey is, one, will our inventory system account for two items that are the same and stack them on top immediately? Like, say you got two bat wings or something, will it stack
Yep,
them on to say two bat wings automatically, or do we
it
need
does.
to hand hold it a little bit? Okay, cool.
Nope.
And then the
That
second
logic's
one,
already there.
and then the
It
second
already
one is
takes care of that.
we just need a logic for what happens if you try to take all and you don't have the inventory space. So just little
Yep,
things like that is what I'm thinking about.
100%.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So I guess since we're in plan mode, let's do it.
yeah, let's do it.
Actually, let me go into a brand new one. I'm just going to close these
Yeah.
and let's go into plan and let's talk about what we want that to look like. And yeah, my main is still not completely synced. Why?
This action. What is this? I can't even read it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, it's not letting me increase the size of it.
Yeah, while that message was up, probably, yeah.
It for some reason it's because it thinks that this is out of date because I renamed it.
Hmm. If
Because
you
you know
just,
how it,
I say just delete it. What do you think?
I was going to. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what I
yeah,
was
yeah.
going to do.
Let's just move on from this.
Yeah. Yeah. Now everything's in sync.
Cool.
All right. So let's do this. Okay.
Create a new branch first, maybe.
What's that?
Create a new branch first, just in case.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What? I think we have a linear ticket for this, right?
Let me check.
For loops, loot tables. I guess that's sort of part of loot.
Loot tables. Yeah, that's close enough.
Actually, I'm gonna do just a separate loot window.
I think that makes sense too. That's what
I'm
I
gonna
would have
just do
done.
that because there are gonna be lots of different loot tables for different mobs. So
Right.
EOD 185. Hi, friend. Let's switch to branch AOD-185. I'm glad you're here to remind me because I always forget to do this until afterwards. And then I get to the end, I'm like, oh crap. I don't want to push all this to main.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What? No. Yes.
We look. Oh, we're still stuck on main. He's telling you how to do it.
I know. It's like,
Yes. It was
Sweet.
okay. We did it. Now we can go
And
into
that was the
plan mode.
first time that's happened. All right,
Hmm.
cool. All right, so let's go into plan mode. All right. Hey, friend, hope you're having a good day. So we're now going to start implementing a loot window when an NPC dies. I don't know if we want to go that in depth.
That's fine.
How do we want it to look and feel? We want it to be like, I want to try to give it an example. Like in the past, I would have said use the bag as a model because that's basically what it is, right? The
Hmm.
old bag UI where it's
Yeah.
just a modal with a number of slots, but then at the bottom you can do take all anymore. So, um, how can I describe what it is?
How about we say a? How about I'm thinking like we could say, oh, we want it to be a modal that can hold items similar to how the character and inventory screens hold items. Maybe that's the first hint.
We want it to be a modal similar to how the character bag slash inventory holds items.
Maybe I would say this only appears once the NPC dies and it has a close button. Mm-hmm.
And also, should we add the loot all button?
I was gonna get to that at the very end, but we can actually say there should also be a take all button. Um, and when you click it, it'll automatically add the items into your inventory bags if you have the space, I guess.
Moves the items from the modal into a character's inventory, assuming there's space, and also checking for stacking rules as depicted on the items and with the already established stacking rules in place.
Cool.
Again, this all works already.
Yeah.
Like if I have an apple
Awesome.
and I get another apple, it's all stacked and so forth.
Awesome. I would note then also uh, if there's not enough space in the character's inventory, use a toast message to tell the user there's not enough space to take everything. And let me find the toast. I'm trying to remember which toast library I've been using.
Sure. I'll just use a toaster message to indicate such for now, and then we can play around with
I
it.
can live with
Unless you want
that. I
to
can live with that.
specific
That's a
library.
refactor for another day. I can live with that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the only other thing that I had been thinking about was the items in this modal should be draggable into the character or inventory screens.
Also, we should be able to just click on the item or double click on the item to actually just quickly add it to the inventory.
Agreed.
Because I don't think we want to manually cause people to drag and drop all the items.
Not
So
unless
just
they want to. I agree. Yeah.
yeah. And so it should be drag and droppable to both the character screen and the inventory or inventory screen and or the inventory screen. Also, double clicking an item in the modal will attempt to add it to the inventory.
And last one
That seem right?
that sounds great. Last one that I would love to add is uh, resize the character and inventory screens so that all three screens can be visible at the same time. Maybe is what I would say.
3 modals can appear at the same time.
Cool. Just let it cook.
Go. Go. What are you drinking today?
I got nothing, dude, and I'm dehydrated. I don't know, man. This has been one of those like I've been bumbling around like an idiot today, honestly.
Go get some something.
How I'm gonna grind. This is what I do. You just gotta grind through
Really?
work. Yeah.
So I worked out on Monday after our last session,
Excellent.
and then I worked out yesterday after getting home. And
Cool.
so, against all of my better judgment and my body saying no, don't do it, I did it anyway.
Don't listen to your
And so
scumbag body. You just clock in and
I
clock out,
know.
right? This
And so today I'm gearing up for working out after this session.
Good for
So
you, dude. Are you training anything in particular? I'm working on pull-ups hard right now.
I'm doing everything because I'm in such bad shape. But I did have a shout out, and that's what I was actually going to shout out for later.
Hmm.
This app that I'm using. I don't think I've talked about it, right? Maybe
No, I
maybe
don't
not. I
think
haven't
so.
talked about any apps, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I've been using it now for a couple weeks, and it's good for what I'm trying to do.
Cool.
All right. So let's figure this out here. Loot window on NPC death. That is correct. Yeah, we didn't even talk about where it's supposed to be generating the loot table from.
Does that feel accurate? Like, does that exist?
Generate loot from death loot table. I think that's correct,
Cool.
right?
I've been extra salty about its hallucinations and presumptions lately, so
Yeah, I
as
mean
it
that's
makes sense.
fair. That's absolutely fair.
Hmm.
Um, so what is that? That's this first one here. Let's just make sure that there is death loot table. That's exactly right.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
So basically, how this loot table, and we didn't even talk about this, like how you're setting up loot tables and whatnot. So I guess that's another thing that we should talk about at some point is loot tables and how they're set up. But basically, out of a 10,000 roll, instead of 100, it's 10,000. 70% of the time, it'll be whatever this item is, and there'll be one of them.
Yep.
25% of the time, it'll be that same item, but two of them.
Cool.
And then 5% of the time, it'll be whatever this item is, and there's one of them.
Okay, I get it.
But in addition to that, we can have fixed loot where this creature drops 20 copper, 25 copper, some random number of copper, and a specific weapon or whatnot. These are just random chances rather than fixed chances, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. No, I totally follow. Because like you would just
And
do what 10? You would just do 100,000 for 2 pieces of copper, or it would be like 1,000. It would be 10,000 item ID for copper quantity 2 or something, right?
No, because basically we'd have to have multiple. So this is like one loot table. So we would have to do like comma, to your point, 10,000, another item 2, or copper or 2. So there's basically, I'm not explaining this very well at all. A creature could potentially drop multiple things. It could drop money, and there could be a chance that it drops money. It could drop items like this, and there could be a chance at each one of these. Or it could drop another different item and a chance at that. Or another different item and a chance at that. So it could maybe drop up to 4 items.
Sure.
So each one of those 4 items needs to be listed in here separately,
Mm-hmm.
so we can get the chances of that.
Yep. I follow.
Okay. I didn't do a very good job of explaining it at all.
No, I think you did fine. It looks like it's a list of objects with chance percentages is the way that I think. Let me know if that's wrong, but that feels pretty chill to me.
But that's for one item.
Right, because so you would need a list of lists, perhaps. I already
a
follow.
list of
Don't
lists.
worry. Don't
Exactly
worry.
right.
I
I
was
needed
following
it
the
right
whole time.
within here. Okay, cool.
So the audience
'Cause I
might
didn't do
not
a
have
good job of
understood you, but
explaining.
I at least knew what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not do a good job of
No, it's
explaining it.
okay.
You
It's okay.
absolutely caught it. And honestly, I don't even know what that item is. It's probably like a spider leg or something. I'm just kind of curious, so we can double check that.
When we do MVP for people, we're gonna give them something real. We're gonna up the numbers so they're juicier for everyone at the beginning to get them hooked.
And to your point, yeah, it is a spider leg, and spider silk is the other one.
Cool,
So,
cool.
Ooh, fancy. So
Mm.
fancy. Okay, let's go back in here. So yes, good job Good job figuring out death loot table. NPC died handler, loot store state, loot modal component. Oh, that's a good point. If they close the window, all the loot is gone.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about that.
It should be that you can reopen it again on the dead dude's body somehow. But then my concern is now you have different logic coming in where like what if like another party walks up and clicks on the spider while you're looking at the loot? How do you like lock it to an instance? That's the stuff that I'm thinking about actually. But
Yeah,
so
so MMO part, yeah, that's already handled in other MMORPGs, and that's a good call out.
Mm-hmm.
Is you can never loot a creature where you or your party has not done at least 50% of the damage to that creature.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically we track internally. Like if something comes up and I'm attacking it, and then someone else comes up and starts attacking it, whoever gets to 50% first is the one who gets the loot.
Yep, makes sense. Oh, so then in theory, I could start an encounter with a spider, and somebody could start at the same time. Oh
Yeah.
shit, I didn't even think about that. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I was just like, ooh, this could be kind of a mad dash if there's a lot of people.
We don't have to do it that way. That's just how other games do it, like EverQuest and WoW. But that's also because it's usually like one mob. There's only one creature there, right? So it's
Right.
easier. We can lock it out. We can just say if there's already a group in combat with another, like a group of NPCs, we can just lock that out from other people from hitting it. And we don't even have to worry about it at that point.
Sure. I think this is a good discussion for the game. But for now, I guess we don't have to worry about it just yet. But I do agree that this is a huge component of discussion for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to talk about it at some point.
Right.
But anyway, this all looks good.
What should we say anything at the bottom, like if the user closes it, how they could reopen it within X amount of seconds or some shit like that? I don't even know because we have a respawn logic. So when it respawns, should there be like the dead spider still hanging out when the new one comes up? You know, like that's kind of how I've noticed some games where let's say I kill some bird and I'm looting it, I see other ones reappear in different areas. So like everyone's going around killing birds and farming them and no one's like getting in each other's way. But with this one, I'm like not quite sure because you want to be able to close the loot table, but I don't know what happens if you like accidentally clicked out or something. I guess.
Yeah. So almost always there's a decay time on a corpse.
Yeah.
So when I kill the spider, it might take a minute to decay, and so I have a minute in which to decide what I want to do.
Perfect.
Again, we don't have to do that, but that's how most MMORPGs handle it.
I would rather do that. I think that'd be great, especially if once, like maybe if the loot table is open, then it doesn't expire indefinitely as long as you have the loot table open. Let me know if you hate that, but I'm totally cool with it. You hate that? You better make your choice up in a minute. Is that how you feel? Okay, got it.
You need to make your choice. I mean, literally, it takes you more than a minute to decide if you want some damn crappy spider leg. No.
Okay.
People need to decide. Yeah.
Got it. Because I've only played other games where I can just like lord over a dead body and take my sweet ass time. So I'm cool with whatever, but that's not a huge sticking point to me at all.
Yeah. Once that corpse decomposes, if they haven't looted by that end, the loot goes with the corpse.
Okay.
So it goes away.
Okay. And then we want to be able to let people maybe even drag their own shit into the loot table to send off. Probably they don't. That's just a dumb thing, right? But okay.
I don't want to allow them to do that.
Okay.
If they really want to get rid of their items, they can just drag it to the screen.
No, totally makes sense. I've noticed a lot of games like Baldur's Gate and some other ones that use loot tables like that. They always let you drag your own shit in there. But yeah, I just wanted to note that that's a thing that I've seen in the wild. I don't have a strong feeling about it. Yeah.
Baldur's Gate, you can go to any chest anywhere in the world and drag your own shit into it, and because it keeps track of all that in state, etc. Because it's a single player game,
right?
But
that makes
in a
sense.
multiplayer game, it's far more complicated to do all that crap and keep track of everything.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at this. I mean, this all seems fine to me.
Sonar is good. I'm fine with that one. Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're using?
It's not, but it's one that I've used and I appreciate it for what it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Loot modal, sure. Close button, loot all, sure, whatever. Drag and drop. Well, it says it's going to do all this crap. Whether it does it or not is a different story. Loot all, double click, drag. Yep. panel resizing. We talked about that a little bit. Anything you want to talk about?
No, let's not go too hard on the first run, and then we'll adjust from there.
Okay.
Cool.
We're building.
Cool.
We'll see what it does.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, I'm on a health kick, and so this is what I try to drink every day.
Love it. That's what is that? Like a half gallon or is that a gallon?
This is a full 1 gallon.
That's a self-defense.
I will say this
too.
What's that? Yeah,
exactly.
It is pretty magical in the sense that it's like a thermos. The way it's conducting its coldness, its heat, whatever you want to call it. Because I only put like a handful of ice in it. Literally, like a tiny handful of ice, and it stays cool all day.
Yeah, you might open it tomorrow and it'll still be ice in there. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm all
very,
about
very
these insulated
impressed.
bottles for sure. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it's easy to clean as well. So that's the other thing, like quality of life. I don't know if I've talked about this in the past. It's like the mouth opening on the bottle itself. It has to be open big enough so that I can put it under my ice maker.
Okay.
And the ice not like if it's smaller, the ice hits the rim and it bounces
You're picking it off the floor. I follow.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So it has a really big opening on the mouth. So all these tiny little things.
Yeah.
Make me happy.
For me, my only thing is I hate cleaning bottles with like bottle brushes. So I'm like, let me just dishwash this guy. That's the only druther I have, honestly.
Yeah. So that's a great point because that's what I do for the top. The actual bottom part of it, though, since the mouth is so big, the opening is so big, it's just easy. You just put your hand in there and wash it.
Awesome. I'm into that.
Yep. So.
And then when the end times come, this is awesome. You can be the guy that goes do water runs for us. This would be cool.
I got the equipment, but all the rivers and lakes will be full of radioactive. Well, I guess I'll. Have you ever seen Fallout? Have you seen the series?
Dude,
okay.
Are you on Amazon Prime, that Fallout?
Yeah.
I'm so caught up, and it's like my favorite show right now, honestly. I love it.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm into that one.
So, yeah, I'd be the guy who's going to the lake, and there's the monster there, the creature or whatever.
Drinking out of it,
sucking you in. Yeah. So, not as fun as it sounds being on water duty.
It's all good. By the time we're there, in like a couple years, we'll all need radiation to survive. That's what I've learned from Fallout.
Yeah. There's only one drawback to this. I don't like using the top because it's too hard to lift it up and hold up to my mouth and so forth. So I use the spigot with the straw that goes to the bottom. But the straw doesn't go deep enough, so at the very end, there's still like, I don't know, half an inch of water at the bottom that I can never get to.
You just gotta go pound the rest of it out of your fridge again and just be like, this is the remaining one because it's more goal oriented than it is or do you want to see the entire bottle empty? That's the effect. It's
an achievement thing. That's exactly what it is. It's like in any game. You gotta do the whole sort of quest, the whole, collect them all, that sort of thing. Same with the water. I got to drink the whole damn thing and get that achievement.
Man, you're 100% gamer. I can already tell. You're trying to get every achievement.
That's right. All right. Well, let's see what it came up with.
Let's test.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Let's get ahead of myself here. For some reason, my brain immediately said, well, let's just go run it in dev. But no. We're not running on dev. Here we are again. My favorite error in the whole wide world.
Nice.
Don't know why it does it, but it does.
Because when we crush the server, I'm just trying to think why it would want to expire, but let me take a peek at that one. I'm trying to figure out all the possible edge cases for auth, and I also don't know why there's so many. I'm wondering it's because times are... I think there's not a refresh token that's actually running, so I need to go figure out that refresh token.
So I think this might have to do with what I just talked about with the true false thing.
And pushing a new database entry.
and it creating it. See, it's doing it. It's trying to do the respawning.
Hmm.
Let me just go clod this thing up. See what it's saying about it. And let me go check what's see here. Yeah, I mean, reviving the dead row instead of creating a new one. This is exactly what we were just talking about. So that's the
Perfect.
way it went.
Perfect.
Look at that. It
Easy
read our
peasy.
mind. It
Easy
maybe
peasy.
maybe heard us what we were talking about earlier.
You heard us talking shit. Did you see that on this note, did you see that Anthropic removed their they had like a we won't do any bad things with your data kind of note, and then they got rid of that today.
I saw that.
I love
You
that
know,
shit. That's
yeah,
so
it popped up.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. Like I wasn't caught off guard. I was just more like, at least the lies are over, I guess.
So it's still complaining on the server. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm just gonna remove them.
Yeah, that makes sense. And just leave the original.
I'm actually just gonna leave this one that's true.
Sure, makes sense.
So let me just delete this row. Yes, I would like to delete that one. And then I think there was another one down here. And let me just delete this row. Sure. And hopefully at this point, that's the only 53 that we see in here. Come on, little server. Tell me everything is okay.
He's like, I'll tell you in 2.5 minutes when this re-rolls around.
I'm just going to very quickly crush the server and then start it again.
For sure. And now, do we notice off things happening because, like, when I say off things, I mean like token expirings and stuff that we don't expect because we crush the server? I'm trying to think where the culprit could be. Have you noticed it one way or the other, or is it just random?
I haven't really investigated, so I can't really give a smart answer to that.
No worries. I think for me, my guess is there's just not a proper refresh token being thrown up, so it's forcing you to relog in when
Probably.
the main token expires. Okay.
All right. So no server errors, which is a good sign.
Sweet.
I can hover over it, and it is a brown spider that I identified rather
Mm-hmm.
than just an arachnid, which is a good sign. My skills
Cool.
are. Why you not do aggro?
That has been really dicey recently. I don't really know why. Hmm.
Work that time. So let's kill this bad bear. I gotta get a better weapon. I gotta get a weapon. Oh, combat ended. And nothing showed up.
Yeah, that's poop.
That is poop.
Yeah. What the heck? Okay.
Well, okay. Well, nothing happened, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I killed the brown spider, and I saw that it actually died. I can see that on the server, and I can see it in the system log on the front end. However, no loot window appeared. Can you show some console logs on the front end and what you think should have happened? I don't know.
Or fix it too. Like, you know, it's like
And or fix this. Both.
yeah,
Fix it so that we don't have to get the logs.
sometimes I've not been literal enough, and it's like, oh, I found the issue. It's this, and I go, then do it. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
So, huh. I was feeling so optimistic about it too.
I didn't feel like I could bank on it doing it right this
You
first time.
didn't?
I stay quiet.
Yeah, this is kind of have to be a running thing of ours. Is like
Oh
betting.
yeah, like we should have like a like you know sponsored by DraftKings. We have a leaderboard.
That's right. All right.
No, it's a great idea.
So,
I'm gonna cook something up for us to get like a vote in before we hit start. That's a great
okay.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So it thought that there were no items?
Huh. It was just saying now it'll show a no loot message if there's no items.
Yeah, so previously the loop only opened if the length was greater than 1, so it's not reading from the database.
Was there actually a possibility because it was 75% here and 25% here that there was actually a chance that all of them struck Snake Eyes and 0%? I don't think that's so unlikely. I was just like, did we hit
It's
the
not
one out
possible.
of 1,000 chance? Okay, okay,
It's not possible.
okay,
Everything adds up to 10,000, so
okay.
there's no way.
So at least one thing should have got it. Okay.
But this just thinks that, like, I'm thinking this thinks that the actual database record doesn't have any items in it. So it's not either it's not reading from the database or it's hallucinating and made up its own loot table.
I think it's closer to not reading from the loot table, but just wondering, is the loot table another table again, or is it attached to the actual NPC? I'm just trying to remind myself.
Yeah, it's attached to the NPC
Then
definition.
then this motherfucker's just got to do it right. Come on.
Well, so, but I mean, I get what you're saying. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, so this record is what it's trying to update here, this
Mm-hmm.
50.3.
Yeah.
This is not, I mean, this is only a reference to this table over here. So it might not be grabbing the loot table from the characters table like it should.
That's what I would presume is happening. Maybe we could just say, make sure you're grabbing the loot from this, is what I would maybe tell it, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it has no death loot table so it's not looking in the right place.
So there is a death underscore loot underscore table, and it is defined in the characters table for the brown spider. Let me see what the foreign key linking is between zone spawns. So this right here, yeah, this NPC definition ID. This ID here, 004, this, yeah. Use the NPC definition ID. Use in the zone spawns, what is that column name? Groups, spawn data.groups.
And I would just copy the row as just a reference for it, because it's too dumb.
Yeah,
That's
let
my
me do
personal
that.
opinion. Yeah. I would spoon feed it.
Yeah, let me do that. Oops. Just copy this row. Copy row. Here's the row in zone spawns. And then here's the row in character. So it has both. So it understands our structure here.
Yep.
That's this row.
And it's going to hit you with you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Copy row. All right. Fix it. Don't be dumb. I think what's happening, if I were to guess, is the NPC definition doesn't bring in everything from the database. And so that's why when it dies, it just made up some bogus bullshit.
Right.
And so,
Or at least it didn't know that it might need to reach out to the other table, right, to look.
which which brings up a great point. Like, is it storing the character model on the server for the brown spider and everything that goes into it? So we're just consuming memory?
It should
Or is it
have to
only
fetch each
bare bones
time.
minimum? What's that?
It should have to fetch each time, right? Or it should be like when it respawns the spider, it goes out to fetch for the loot table, right? I don't know. This is annoying, but this is a good question for sure.
I think in memory on the. I don't think it should. So my mind immediately goes to memory optimization. The server should only keep track of the NPC ID and whatever it needs to show up on the front end. That's what it should send back. Like it shouldn't even worry about the loot until that spawn dies.
I
Why
agree.
does it care?
And that's when it goes to fetch and grab the loot table for
Yeah.
that spawn.
Yep. All right. NPC because NPCs in combat can have a database ID or a group's NPC dictionary, but these may not be set when combat starts from aggro. Why not? Fallback was added. Well, it's interesting. It got this. Somehow it read this from the database. So that is what's in the death loot table for the brown spider.
Okay.
So, but I think it's not gonna know what those items are. So we're gonna have a
without
loot.
having reached, because it needs to go reach out again.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we just run it and see how far it got, and then we'll have extra things to give it.
Okay.
Maybe we'll be surprised.
Okay. I guess we can find out.
Yeah, because I want to see if a modal even opens. The modal should still open every time too, so we can just be like, "Come on, dude."
Oh, see, I can't consider it because I think it's false.
All right, because we're still within the 3 minutes or something.
Well, let's find out. So it died at 132 UTC.
And now we were able to get it to not do the new entry, right? So we need to change it
Yeah.
manually. That's my guess. We just hit it at the
Yep.
wrong point. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So I think we'll have to do this until the respawning service actually works properly.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the server is going to know if it exists or not. Yeah. Server doesn't know.
Because it hasn't. It's not on its interval yet. Is that what the issue is?
Yep.
So we should, if, in theory, if we chill here for like however many seconds, it should just hit its interval and go fetch again, right?
Yeah, I thought I would have done that on its own though. When I might have to log out and log back in. I wonder if that's server cache now that I think about it.
I'm trying to think what this server cache thing might be problematic unless it's fully optimized to the nth degree. It looks like it's alive again. Yeah. Couldn't tell you. But you didn't log back out, so that's good to know.
I crushed the server,
Oh,
restarted the server, and then I refreshed the client. So it's definitely a server caching issue.
crap. We
It's,
have that's gonna be a pain to figure out, but it should at least we know what the issue is. Yeah.
yeah, but aggro still isn't working. But
Aggro is being wonky. I don't know why it would. And I bet it's gonna work again, but it's like I don't know why.
uh, besides aggro not working, we should be able to run up to something and hit like attack and start combat on our own.
Mm-hmm.
So we should add that. I should be able to just hit combat or
Right.
start combat by attacking it or
Right.
using a
Right.
skill.
Right. Right. Like, cause maybe you want to sneak up on them from behind or something and get
That's
the
right.
first attack or something. You know.
Right. I'm not sure why I can't get aggro. And I don't want to do the logout, but I will.
Hmm. And now, in theory, the location should be messed up, which it looks ultra messed up. That was
It
like
is.
more of a messed up than I've ever seen. Actually, that was like,
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times
got
now.
it.
Yeah. So that row there. So 53, 3. Yay. This is all fine. Refresh this. 54-3. Enter the game. Dun, 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 dun. Give me something here, Spider. No? You're not gonna aggro me? Yeah.
Weird. Weird.
I'll write that down. This is annoying to me.
Yeah,
So I'll fix this.
I'm thinking it. So my guess would be that maybe the character position is not being like taken into consideration correctly. Do you have any thoughts around that? Like it's maybe
Could be.
behind.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It
like,
absolutely
I'm guessing
could
it
be.
might be behind or something. I don't know.
I'm going to also do add ability to start combat on a even without aggro.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm writing this down. Homework. But these are the good problems to have,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, does Mighty Strike work yet? No. I have to fix that. And I need to get me a better dagger. I need to one-shot this bitch. Come on. How can I be missing? I'm level 3. This is level 2.
We need to give ourselves QA weapons where we just
I know.
one hit kill everything. Yeah.
That's why I have the God mode. That's ultimately what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Was just give us
We'll have to
weapons.
create
I
some
just haven't
item.
defined what those weapons are yet.
Right. Right.
So no modal.
No modal. Gosh. Let's see. Is there any console errors that it was telling us to take a note of?
Well, so I asked it to put the logs.
And it did combat utils, I think. So maybe we can just copy everything and be like, nothing's happening. I would
No,
go
this
all
was
the
already
way.
there.
Yeah, I would.
This was already there.
The has and the combat utils.
Yeah, that was already there.
Huh. Okay. Then I would still just copy all this and be like, hey, here's what I'm seeing, starting from like the where has alive NPCs equals true, and then just be like, hey, this is still just not happening.
So what's interesting though, on the server it did.
I see. Yeah. Generated one loot item. That's cool.
So the server knows what's up. It's just for some reason the front end didn't receive that message.
If I recall correctly, the front end is getting messages from the back end via a socket server. So this socket service just might not be pushing it back up to the front end, is my guess. So
That's right.
I would grab that and be like, motherfucker, you are not updating the front end at all via the sockets. So
Yep. Agreed.
cool.
100% agreed. Yo, motherfucker. What the hell? You're doing awesome on the server. I can see that you generated loot tables. This is what happened here. But absolutely nothing showed up on the front end. Are you not passing an event to the socket to let it know to pop up the inventory modal? Not inventory, loot modal. I also don't see any messages received on the client, on the front end. Can you add them?
We're close.
Sunken overlords are going to kill me. They're going to come back and they're being like, you said disparaging things to Composer 1.5 on February 25th, 2026.
I'll be like, somebody broke into my house and used my account. It wasn't me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would it know?
Except to be like, I do know because on episode 13 that you posted online.
Yeah, it has access to our YouTube channel. It's going to know.
It's like, I parsed through all of it. Yeah.
That's right. Sad but true.
Yeah.
AI wouldn't be able to do that. It can edit or analyze videos.
The client socket never joined that room. I don't even understand. That's...
What?
I don't get that, actually, because it had to have joined the room because, example, us being able to see each other walk around. So now I'm like, what the fuck? But, I mean...
Well, this is clearly not right either, though, because it sent back that combat ended, the mob died. So it sent that back. It pushed that notification.
It was saying it was emitting. The client socket never joined that room, so it never received the event. I have no clue. That's cool that it made an NPC died event. That's awesome. I'm really happy it did that. But I don't understand how it claims socket joined your map when the map loads. Well, I think it made sure it does now. Huh. If the event still does not arrive, okay. I say we try it again. I think it probably did it.
I doubt it. I'm taking odds. I'm saying that there's no chance.
Okay.
I'm saying there's no chance that happened.
I wish we I'm going to get our betting app up, and I'll be like, I think this time it's good.
And I'm saying no chance. I think that it's just hallucinating and making up a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. Shit. I feel less confident, but I've already locked in my choices. I think it got it. I'm going to say it got it.
So let me crush the server. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass right now to have to restart the server every time a creature dies, but we'll fix that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's, so I restarted the server. Let's come back to AOD. And let's try to get aggro. Oh, aggro right away. That's a good sign. Sorry. All right, I'm going to build an item for next time. It's just going to be the... Oh.
Wait. I saw something flicker, so I'm wondering if some bullshit happened, but you're right, though. Can you move around? If you can double check. I just want to see if you can leave combat. Okay.
I'm out of combat.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah. Got it.
No, literally, there's no message in here.
Can you go back to cursor? It says something about emitting messages of rooms. I'm just trying to think. It said if it doesn't happen again, then keep an eye on something. I'm trying to remember the original message. I'm frustrated now. This is dumb. This is easy. This is just sockets. Get it done, dude.
Yeah, I don't see any message in here. Let me go back to...
what the fuck was he saying? He was saying... Fans still check the map name used when the map loads matches the map name used. You do it, dude. You make it work. So maybe we're not emitting the right... Huh.
I have no idea why it's going down this path. This makes no sense to me.
It's now doing a socket message for the NPC died and the room map name being like junction. So could it be that it's not actually passing junction?
So, but this isn't happening right here. The client
Right.
is not getting this NPC died socket event at all.
And I think we could say we're not getting that message, and you can copy and paste it, and also say like it's probably just not emitting it because the front end it's not emitting the right event is my guess to the front end.
So hold on a second. Because on the server it's saying that map loaded socket XXX joined room your map name. That should be somewhere in the client or in the server.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that anywhere on the back end either. But unfortunately, I'm logging all the movement crap, which I need to probably get rid of because it's just too much spam. Sarah, can I do a control F on the back end to search?
You can, and it doesn't
Oh,
always work.
doesn't seem to work at all. It's just like in control F there.
Oh shit. I think on Mac it was. Let me see. So on Mac you can with iTerm 2. Let me see what Windows might look like on like PowerShell. I do not know how to use on Windows. How to search in terminal on Windows.
So look, this is it right here.
Cool. So it is actually doing a socket for it joined, but it's
Yep.
not emitting the NPC death for junction. That's my guess. So it's almost like my conjecture is that the NPC died emit socket is not giving the room the room junction.
Potentially, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess.
And Control Shift F will let you find.
Okay. So what should we tell it?
I would say I am still not getting this message, and you could do the NPC died one. Yep. And then I would say make sure that when you emit that an NPC died, you are having it point to the correct map. In our instance, we're using junction, is what I would tell it.
That's why I don't like to type.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe okay, and then at the end, just be
Oh,
like,
sorry.
no, it's okay. I'd be like, make sure you figure this out. You know, let's get Stern again. Where he's burning our tokens.
Yeah, I know. We gotta get Stern. You're right. How you doing on time, by the way?
I'm good for now. Thank you for checking in.
Okay.
It's a soft stop today.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I want to be.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Want to
At
make
this
sure
point,
that.
you can't. We're programmers. You can't leave with an unfinished feature like this close. That's like the stuff that haunts you for the rest of the day.
I can't hear anything. I think
Do you
I've.
think you're under or over halfway?
No, I can't hear anything on the water. I think I'm done. I think I'm in.
Nice, dude. A gallon? That's impressive, by the way.
Yeah, all before what? 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you're good. This is more of a work from home kind of thing. You can't do this out in public. You know what I mean?
It's a lot harder when you're in the office. That's for
On
sure. Or if you're
Tuesdays,
out
you
doing
can't pull
shit.
this shit. Yeah.
No, no chance if you're going out to dinner and you're whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
This is
exactly. No, I
definitely a
hear
work
you.
from home.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
All right, come on. What did you actually change here?
Spawns zone instead of the client. What the fuck? No, that doesn't sound right. Because was it waiting for the client to send the room? I'm like, can we just test it? I just want to see. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want to
we'll
see.
try it.
Yeah, because my guess now was it's waiting for the client to tell it what room. When I say room, I mean the map that it was in. That's the only thing that I can perceive off of this.
Crushing the server, starting the server, changed it to true, going back into the game, refreshing the game. Can't get aggro to save my life. Why can't I get aggro? I just got aggro because reasons. Well, that's interesting. I just got this error. This is new.
Hmm.
So it's sort of progress. Both the server and the front end got that same error.
Can you finish combat? I just want to see what happens then.
No,
It won't
it's
let you.
gone. Right, because this is a JavaScript error. Everything is locked up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Crap.
All right. Oh, yeah. What are you working on there?
I'm trying to get live share working on our cursor instances. It's an extension that lets me jump in and we can both code at the same time on the same IDE. I will have instructions for you in the shortly.
Sure, whatever you say, dude, if that's really what it was. I don't believe anything you say at this point.
It almost feels like this is cooked. I can't tell. Maybe the initial plan was it feels like this is not happening.
I think it's going down a bad rabbit hole.
Exactly,
at this point.
and I think it can't unfuck itself out of this one. I don't feel good about it. I think our original plan, we need to break it up. This is like the worst feeling with AI for sure. Because there's certain things like this that I could have done this in an hour.
Yeah. Come on.
Hey! Is that an item? Spider leg? Okay, cool.
It didn't have the graphics, but yes.
Yeah. Let's see how the inventory and character screens look. If you click them, let's just see. Can you click a C just in case? Just want to see what happens. Okay, technically correct. Actually, I don't know. It kind of fucked that one up. Okay, got it.
Yeah, completely did. Did you see that?
Technically correct.
Technically correct.
Technically correct.
It added the spider leg to the inventory.
Hey, that was like a buzzer beater. It's 6:03. We got it.
Success! AI success!
Technically works. Technically works.
Technically worked.
Thoughts?
I'm not sure.
Any kind of sort of what do you call it? Any sort of retro on that just now? I feel like it gave us more work, but I'm glad it got there.
Yeah, I'm surprised it got there, honestly. Fascinated by that. But no, I mean, yeah, it did the thing at the end of the day.
And because like I don't mind that it looks like shit because that's the part you can spend quality time with AI. Like no, make it look like this, make it look like this. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's pretty key. I'm glad it caught. But we did the debugging. We had to tell it to fix the sockets. I think we did all the work on that one.
Let's do one more thing,
Yeah,
and then we can call it a day. But I'm
sure,
actually pleasantly surprised.
sure, sure. What were you thinking for the last thing?
I'm gonna do one more killing of this and see if it will stack the spider leg.
Perfect.
Uh, Interesting. Just going to crush the server. Start the server again. Hopefully I can get aggro at some point. All right. It's there. No aggro, no aggro, no aggro. Give me aggro. Aggro, please.
Sometimes I've been trying to count every time, and I can confirm that there is no pattern.
Maybe not to humans, but to AI, I bet
Oh,
there's
you're
a
right.
pattern.
Because I've counted two back and forth. I've counted three back and forths, and now you're on like back and forth like 7 or 8, and it doesn't even make a
Yeah.
difference. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe it's an entry point thing. I don't know.
Come on, you can do it. Put your butt into it. Oh, 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 oh.
Actually, can you do me a favor? Can
Yeah,
you drag it on in maybe? Okay. So that's broken. Oh, it
no, it's not.
works. Oh, it
It
works.
works. It's
Okay.
just that for some reason, the quantity is really, really tiny.
No worries. And then for some reason it looked like shit, but that's okay. We can work on that. Okay.
But no, stacking works, looting works. Obviously, the panels are really tiny, but that's
Yeah,
all
it
right.
looks bad, but it works, which is pretty cool. Okay.
Functionality is there.
How do you feel after that one? Does it feel a little better now? That's like a
I
big one
feel so
too.
much better.
Yeah, that's like a big
I
feature
feel
too.
great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to commit and push
Let's
this,
do it. Let's commit and push.
and then we'll call it a day.
Sounds
I'm
good. Sounds
actually
good.
really happy with this.
So
We
while
basically have a game right
I
here.
kind of agree. We should have people just hunt spider legs all day. That's pretty cool.
That's right.
They're like, what do I do with it? It's called Spider Leg Collector.
I know this isn't anything grand or anything, but I am so
Oh
excited.
yeah, no, this is the precursor, right? Now you can do what like
That's
everything
right.
else is like us cooking cool shit, right?
Yeah, this is a basis for an entire game though.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
spawning, there's creatures, there's loot tables now, and it's just like everything flows from there.
Yeah, now this is where you go in and build all the things out, right? Yeah, I get
That's
it.
right. All right. Let me go back into here. Yeah. Anything else to add on to this? Or are we good?
I think we should commit this the way it is, and
Yep.
this is gonna create a lot of like we have a lot of work to do off of this, but I think it's a good place for sure to commit.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to fix the character screen immediately as well.
Okay. And actually, I'm just going to create a PR right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the reason I want to do this now is basically, it's interesting. What's going on here? For some reason, Sorry, GitHub was freaking out there, for example. I don't know why.
No worries.
But I created it, so if you want to just either approve it or look at it.
I'll do that. I'm going to look at it real quick.
Okay. And then I'll merge it, and then hopefully it'll build, and then you can play around with it on the dev server as well.
Yep, sounds good.
This was a good session. I know, frustrating at times, but literally it was, if you think about it, we just did in what, an hour and 20 minutes, what dev teams might take in the past, like weeks to do, or maybe several days.
Well, here's the thing. I think there's certain parts that would take forever, but if we had all this done, I truly think I could have done this by hand in about the same amount of time for all this.
I think so. You could have read the loot tables from the database, grabbed all that information, created the modal window.
The modal, no, that's the part that would have taken me the longest. But
Everything
everything
else, done the closing.
Yeah, I think I could have. But yeah, you're right. This did it faster than I could have. But we had to know what the fuck was wrong. That's why I'm a little salty, because I'm like, I had to solve the murder still for you, you know? Like
Well, let's do an outro then, if you're good, unless you want to talk about anything else.
No, I think all I have left. Actually, I'll save it for my outro. I'll bring it up later. Let's do an outro. Yeah, let's do an outro.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I only had one that I was going to talk about, but then when we started talking about working out and stuff, I have a second one.
Mm-hmm.
So this is I'm using the Strong app. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So it's a free app. It's called Strong. Mm-hmm. And basically, you can create your templates for what you're trying to do.
Okay.
And so I'm doing a PPL methodology, right? So basically, you can just put your template in, do what all your exercises are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, it has this cool little, like if you go in, it'll tell you what it is, and it has this little video on it so that it shows you proper form.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, for all the exercises. And it has a pretty extensive library of exercises themselves. So that's like all of these exercises are in it. And you can always add your own exercises to it. And it can filter by body part or whatnot. Okay. So completely free. So kudos to Strong.
I'm going to download it right now.
And I meant to do it on Monday, honestly, but I completely forgot. I wanted to shout out but now it's all political, so I hate it. But no. I wanted to shout out the men's and women's hockey teams in the Olympics. I'm not sure if you watched any of the Olympics at all.
I did. I love when the USA can finally beat Canada at sports that they invented and shit like that.
That's exactly right.
I was very amped about it, and you're right. It got weird all of a sudden.
It did get weird all of a sudden.
It got weird all of a sudden. Like I don't know if you saw today, they're like eating McDonald's shit, and I'm like, why is McDonald's? Is this a McDonald's ad? I can't even tell anymore.
I know. It's too bad because I watched both of those games and they were just both overtime games. Right. Both were riveting, both exciting. It was so fun to watch. And so I was trying to do like an outro to give kudos to the U.S. men's and women's hockey teams. And growing up in Minnesota, I played hockey all the time, so I appreciate it immensely. Yeah, and then it turned all this great joy that I had into a big shit pool of
But it,
sourness.
but regardless of what side you're on or whatever, it got weird.
Yeah, I know.
It just got weird. It's like, wait, why did this get like? Why is Cash Patel pounding brews
Exactly.
with them? And everything just got weird. It just suddenly got. It's like, oh right, because this is America, we can't do this normal.
We can't just celebrate our victories.
Yeah,
it's gotta be some sort of two sides to everything. And
yeah, I don't know. It's like, why did we have to bastardize it? Why didn't we just let them be athletes that they won a medal and then we moved on? But it got weird.
That's right.
It got weird. Yeah.
Anyway, so those were my shout outs for today.
Yeah, no, I was proud. I was really excited too, and I agree. It got weird enough that I was like, all right, I'm gonna move on to something else. It's got weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you got on your outro?
I for a couple months there, I felt it's not that AI wasn't developing or anything. Like AI has been getting better and better. For a couple months there, I felt like no one was doing anything cool with AI. Like everyone was kind of like just like, oh look, let me make AI slop videos that you may or may not be able to tell if they're real or not. Whatever.
Yeah.
People are getting better now. People in the game dev community. One was called. I posted it in Discord as I think it's called Rika AI. It's some cool pixel style animation made by my tool Rika AI. I never in my life, because we had brought up the idea of assets. People in the game development are using the Gemini. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like Gemini. It's a specific model in Gemini, but it's good at creating assets. And now people are starting to use AI to build asset generation tools. Not this one. Sorry, it might be the next link.
I wanted to share with the audience. Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're using AI to build tools that will then go and generate assets. And I'm just like, never would that have crossed my mind to create a tool with AI to then create things for me. Like, I just wouldn't have thought of it like that for this. And we were kind of briefly touching on assets when we were talking about an MVP a while back. This is kind of where we're gonna have to build. Like, and I feel like, well, one, I'm super confident that we can do it with no issues because this guy doesn't even know how to code. And two, I'm like, wow, this solves a lot of my internal anxiety around how assets were gonna go. And it doesn't mean like we have to use pixels and we have to use 2D. It doesn't mean anything yet. I'm just seeing how like, oh, you can just spoon feed yourself with this. It's kind of cool. So that's my shout out is to this guy for inspiring me of an idea, basically.
So to that point, I've already started playing around with Mixamo. I don't know if you're familiar with this at all.
No, I'm not.
So I started playing around with. Oh, wrong one. Not Mixamo. Sorry, it's a different tool. Meshi? Is that it?
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, sorry.
People are doing a lot of dancing robots with that one. Like cool dancing robots.
So, sorry. This is what I get for having different different things here. So I started playing around with this. Okay. So like doing I know we wanted like the pixel art style. So obviously this is a little bit higher res than what we were looking at. But I did start playing around with doing like that's the kobold that you would fight, etc.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's the spider. So this was supposed to be the brown spider that you fight.
Awesome, yeah.
And this is all generated by AI. You can either prompt it or you can just drop an image in and it will create the assets for you based off of what your description is or an image itself.
Love it. So with me, where I was trying to think about it one step further is I've seen tools like this, and what I noticed was that like maybe you can't always keep your, what do you call it, like the same design across every asset that you create. What I thought was cool is that you can leverage an AI LLM to your own advantage to just build out this tool and say, hey, make sure it always looks this style. But I guess maybe this tool can get there for us. I would rather just not have to build anything. But I do love the idea of these tools being able to like keep it within theme, if you will. So I
But
haven't played around with them enough yet.
to your point, if we can do something like this, if that's something that we can tackle, that would be amazing. And
Yeah.
to your point, consistency is super important. So the same style, basically, that's going to be a massive win if we can do that. But
Right,
yeah,
and with that, what I loved about their tool is like then they can keep the same character shape and swap out like the armors and the weapons and
yep,
the helms, and it was still like the same thing, and
yep,
that's why I was like, wow, like I can't believe it got this far. That and I would never have thought about creating my own tool actually
yep.
for my own game
Oh,
because I thought like, oh, I would just leverage somebody else's software. But I never thought about how you can kind of just quickly leverage it to keep your style the same. Like it's not a public tool; it's just for you to keep churning out assets. So I just thought that was really neat of an idea. So I'm very inspired by this user right here.
excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to who is this?
I have no clue, but this tool is cool. I love Bowser. I love Bowser.
Oh man, yeah. So just to wrap that up, at some point we do have to do this for sure.
Absolutely, and I love that. Was that a free tool that you were using, or do you have to pay for that one too? The other one.
I have to pay for Meshi.
Got it. I mean, if we
You
could
get
go
a certain number
3D,
of you get a certain number of credits for free, but I figured we'd burn through those credits really quickly when we start getting into asset generation. But even better if we could do something like this. This would be amazing.
right? And then if we're paying for our own Google LLM usage, it'd be a lot cheaper. Probably is my
Yep.
guess. Is my
Yeah.
guess. But anyway, I loved it because I wasn't even imagining that we could really touch 3D assets. It looked like you were generating 3D pretty much with no issues
Yep.
already.
Yep. That being said, 3D assets are harder to load, especially
Yes.
in a web-based game.
Yes.
So we could reduce it down to pixels or sprite sheets like this. This is where I would want to go.
Okay, I love sprites, by the way. I mean, it doesn't have to be anime style like this one, obviously, but I love
Right.
sprites. It's probably my overall favorite kind of gaming asset art. So
Yep.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I still want to kind of go in that old school
Yeah,
Daggerfall slash, I don't know, mid 90s RPG style. So if we could do that.
yeah. We should try to get the Doom sounds like it's like oh, oh.
That would be awesome. Cool.
All right, cool. Thanks
All
for
right.
hanging out with me
That's
today,
a
dude.
shout out.
Yeah.
That's an excellent.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you soon, brother. Take care.